click below to watch the original Sins video.
More like 21st century Disney, am I right? This entire logo is a lie. Not even sure those are actual spotlights.
You know, so often Jeremy sends the logos with the same tired spiel about how long they take, but this sin not only managed to avoid that, but was also really funny. So here's the send-off.
So wait, you're telling me that Scrat knew there was an acorn this high up on a mountain? Isn't there a point where your body tells your brain, man, I'm hungry, but I ain't that hungry?
I mean, Scrat clearly intends on fucking this acorn, right? And given how a lot of men in the real world act, you really shouldn't be that surprised about the lengths he goes to get access to that sweet, sweet acorn pussy.
Is that helium water? Why is the water making him float? I feel like we should just apply an inconsistent cartoon physics tax rate of 7% and move on.
This isn't inconsistent. That would mean that the movie had contradicted its own internal logic, but the Ice Age movies have always had a loose grasp on the rules that tend to bind the real world. And since Jeremy decided to add a tax rate to his sin count that doesn't really apply, I will be taking a page out of the airline playbook and adding a just because I feel like it tax rate.
This pan-out reveal sure is dramatic, but it certainly makes you wonder how that volume of water is only resulting in a single tiny waterfall. Sure, it's dam-shaped snow, but it's snow.
That is not snow. That is a wall of ice.
Jesus Christ, this movie is really moving at a glacial pace.
Yeah, but the slow and gradual reveal of the sea monsters is so fucking good that it gives me chills every time I watch this scene.
Also, are we supposed to believe this creature was making all that noise, even though it's still immobile from being trapped in the ice?
The noise wasn't being made by the sea monster. It was being made by the ice itself.
I was born in this hole, and I'll die in this hole.
Womb regression therapy.
This joke right here is so fucking good I'm going to have to remove a sin for it.
I think this is supposed to be a prehistoric aardvark or maybe even an anteater, but either way, those animals do not have trunks. They have elongated mouth snouts, and this creature should be drowning right now.
Why would this animal be drowning? It's not in the water. Also, this creature clearly has both a mouth and a trunk, so the first part of this sin is also a bunch of bullshit.
Remember how Pixar used to premiere short films before their movies? Well, apparently Fox Animation saw that and said, what if we just inserted several Scrat short films inside the movie to pad the runtime? Though, if I'm honest, I'd much rather be watching the one where he chased an acorn around the world and made an important scientific discovery. I think it was called Scrat Earther Society.
This sin gets dangerously close to implying that the Earth is flat.
Sorry, my stomach hates me.
We all do, Mr. Fart Joke Diarrhea Beast. We all do.
Hey, all this guy did was have bowel troubles. Leave him alone.
Wait, are they done attacking now because Manny got a lucky break? Are they going to make halftime adjustments? Is the coach going to make a speech where one guy starts clapping and everybody joins him in unison?
Well, these creatures are clearly water-based, so now that Manny and the crew got back to dry land, they can't really continue to go after them.
Also, why are these creatures necessarily evil? Just because they don't have a stand-up comics voice? They're just hungry. Lots of shit happens in the wild. How are they really villains?
The movie never said these creatures were evil. You did. Obviously, they're antagonists because they're trying to eat the main characters, but the movie itself never tried to make the case that they were evil.
Right, but we're living in a melting world, buddy. You're gonna have to face your fear sooner or later.
I'm gonna go with sooner, as in already happened, considering you hunted that poor mom and her baby through that river in the first movie with no hesitation.
I've probably seen the first movie sooner than most, but still, what the fuck are you on about? There's clearly a difference between the presence of one singular river and the entire valley being flooded.
So what's holding you back?
A lack of chemistry? Shared experiences? I haven't seen a romance this forced since Hermione and Ron.
So I had basically like a 5-paragraph essay written in response to this sin, before I realized that you were probably talking about the Harry Potter movies, in which case, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to remove a sin or anything, but I just felt like bringing that up.
Oh man, if place triggers a flashback where Ellie finds out that she's Manny's sister, I will take off all the sins.
Somehow I doubt that.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but the typical possum lifespan is 2 to 4 years, and woolly mammoths are thought to have had the same lifespan as modern-day elephants, so about 60 years. So the only way any of this backstory makes any sense is if Ellie has watched several generations of her possum brethren age and die as she's grown up. She's existed in a 3-year cycle of death and mourning that has scarred her fragile psyche, burying brother after brother and leaving her in a constant state of denial and delusion. I'm just saying Ellie's going to snap soon, and I'm here for it.
And that's why your explanation is probably less likely than the idea that this movie probably took some scientific liberties.
I was just saying that it's our responsibility.
The "it's my duty to rock that booty" defense. Also, the fact that the central conceit of this children's entertainment revolves around mammoth fucking is delightfully sinful.
Hey, this isn't even the Blue Sky movie that revolves the most around two animals needing to have sex to save their species.
Is this vulture really following them? Is the movie really saying that these are the only animals he can possibly eat? Surely there are other animals who never got the message about the impending flood that he can pick off more easily.
This one specific vulture is seen looking at the main characters at this exact moment, so clearly that means that it has done nothing but follow them around.
See, it's just like The Lion King, but instead of a musical, it's just a random song. And instead of original music, it's a lame ripoff of an Oliver song that was parodied better by the American Dairy Association in an 80s commercial for cheese.
What exactly do you think the word ripoff means, Jeremy? Because this is not one.
Where are the vultures now? Isn't this what they've been waiting for?
Hey, that dodo has been dead for like 2 seconds. Give the vultures some time to get to it.
I just did something involuntary and messy.
Wet dreams.
Gross!
All unattended children will be eaten.
Did you miss the fully cooked chicken near the geyser area a minute ago?
First off, that was a dodo, not a chicken. Second, we don't know that one of the many other vultures didn't already get to it.
A mammoth is somehow winning against the sea creatures in their natural habitat, and I'm not even sure a mammoth can swim, much less Bruce Lee a bunch of sea creatures underwater.
Well, I checked, and mammoths are actually pretty decent swimmers. Granted, I am with you on how the sea monsters should totally be kicking Manny's ass right now, but that one specific thing you said was wrong, so sin.
Because this movie doesn't give a damn about geography, I have no idea what happens in the last 10 minutes. It looks like the ice splits and the floodwaters are diverted elsewhere, but are they in a new place entirely, or did God save them? And is it because this giant wall of ice got split in half that the other mammoths show up later? Were they on the other side of it? I honestly don't know the answer to any of these questions, but the movie expects me to be really excited about all the shit that it doesn't explain.
Yes! Thank you! The entire ending of this movie is so insane that even when I was a dumb child, I was confused by it.
I didn't think it was possible, but this movie just gave me sloth, orgy, lethargy, or slothargy.
Well, Jeremy's mind immediately jumps to the idea of orgies whenever he sees a large group of animals, but that's okay, because I'm sure that he won't make the exact same joke again in literally the next scene.
That look is because Manfred's future just went from propagating the species sex to full-on mammoth orgy, and yet the movie will end before we see any of it.
God damn it.